Hello and welcome to the latest tarot video here with Rose and Clove. I am your host and tarot reader for the moment, and I am so glad that you found your way here. Thank you for being respectful of my surroundings. With little baby boy sleeping, it seems like the most respectful place for me to do a reading that I know somebody needed to hear today. So this is September. We are in Virgo season. Many congratulations that we have made to this point in the year, and happy birthday, Virgos. Ooh. This is going to be a pick a pile reading, and so we are going to be able to choose from 3 piles, and I do have some reading availability right now for the month of September. I have 9 slots left, and you can find those and book through roseandclove.com. Just to be clear, luckystar.com is also me, but I do many things in addition to being a reader. So you can also find your way to some of my writings, my vlogging, YouTube channel, and things of that nature on luckystar.com. So I know in the age of the scammer, it can be very tricky, but those are both me. What else do I want to let you know? I am always accepting gratuities and tips. So if these readings resonate with you in any way, you are welcome to visit my Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. All tips are appreciated, and good energy is sent back a millionfold, because we have to let good energy circulate and regenerate in this life, and especially in this time in the world. Now, what else do I want to say? I think that's it for kind of housekeeping things. Yeah. So, if you want to sit and take a deep breath and choose from pile 1, 2, or 3. So pile 1, if you're choosing pile 1, you can just put a white heart emoji if you like, and that's going to be the symbol for pile 1. So I'll move the other piles out of the way here and get started. Oof, okay, pile 1. Your first card is jealousy. Okay, so jealousy is like the oldest curse there is, and it's very, very potent. And while sometimes we have jealousy being directed at us, sometimes we are also the ones sending that evil eye, sending that malokyo, that maldeoho, that nazar, that mati, that energy of just being like, I wish I had what they have. And it's not a good look. It's never a good look. It's never been a good look. So if that's you, then stop, reflect, and remember that desiring what someone else has, it's never like what someone else has is not for you. Like what's for you is for you. What's coming for you is what's coming for you. And by thinking that you want what someone else has, you are actually disrespecting the work of their lineage and of their current life and practice, and your own lineage and your own current life and practice. Because, okay, I'll stop there because that's a message for somebody. But there's a difference between being inspired by someone and being jealous of someone. So additionally, this could be a good time to start investing in Nazar jewelry, amulets, talismans, wearing kind of protection, doing cleansing rituals, getting cleansing rituals done if that's not something that's your forte, because what starts as jealousy can often grow and blossom into this big kind of endless creature. Okay, my phone just sent me a notification. Exactly. For some of you, I'm hearing that you should probably do those cleansings in your space to absorb negative energy. And oh, this is really sad, but I'm hearing for some of you, there's something that you need to give away that's connected to something that person gave you that is connected to bad energy. And this is so random, but this is like also symbolic, so you might not actually have this item, but I'm hearing and seeing something about a cassette tape. Cassette tape is what I'm hearing. Also CT, Connecticut could be irrelevant. Someone named Cass or Cassie. Cassie, cassette tape, CT, Connecticut. Those things could be connected to this message. So, oh, also, whenever jealousy is a factor, you know, do not tell your plans before they happen. Do not right now speak on your plans before they happen. It's really important. Because that's a great way that people interfere with our plans and our visions, right? Our next card is Psychic. So you might be wanting to book a personal reading. You might have come to this reading as a confirmation. You could also be a psychic and you could be awakening certain psychic powers or just seeing messages, synchronicities, or connections from your guides and from the other side that are really pulling you to pay attention right now. This is a really important time to tap into your crown chakra, to watch the divine messages that are coming in through your crown chakra, to keep your head covered, to watch who touches your head at this time is incredibly important. Don't let anyone just touch your head. I'm also hearing, sadly enough, somebody might be trying to do something with your personal concerns or your hair in order to like manifest you to them or make a connection to them or something of that nature. So it's very important to watch your hair. And in my practice, if I get hair cut or something, I like to get rid of it myself if possible. But Marcella Kroll, actually, so this is Marcella Kroll's deck, the 3rd edition Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. It's on Amazon. You can also find it on her website, marcellakroll.com. But she just put out a new book about psychic protection. But she has this thing that this little spell that she often has spoken about through the years, which is even when she's doing something with personal concerns or if she leaves something behind, she can just take a moment and visualize and speak the words, you know, what is not on my body is not of my body, and just kind of leave it and make sure that it's kind of a way of calling your energy back to you in a way, but it's just a helpful way of kind of like if you see a whiteboard, if you wipe a whiteboard, right? If you just like wipe your energy from things that you do leave behind. And I'm hearing that for some of you, this is relevant in terms of other things that you're giving away or leaving behind. I'm seeing something like teddy bears or something like that. But there could be just things that you're getting rid of. So like if you're donating old clothes, you know, just like maybe visualize like, you know, this is no longer mine, I call back my energy, something like that. Additionally, this can be people trying to communicate with you telepathically in your dreams, again with the synchronicities, but some people can also be getting readings done on you or trying to effectively find out what you're thinking or what's going on with you, and so that's why it's additionally important just to protect your crown chakra at this time, to make sure that you're not at the end of an onslaught of any kind of psychic attack or intervention. At this time, you do have the support of your guides, your spiritual support team, because we have Lucky, and Lucky is kind of like a protection in itself. A really important thing that, you know, the evil eye does, the jealousy does, is put us in this mind state of being on edge. And when we're on edge, we can start to just like be jumpy, and when we're jumpy, that can lead to being paranoid, and when we're paranoid, it kind of divorces us from being grounded in our own energy, right? So this energy of being lucky is kind of a protection spell in itself, because people will, yeah, there's this police sirens going off loud in the distance. This is the energy of like having your aura and your energy so protected that it's like, oh, I'm trying to think of it. There's like some really good movie scenes where this happens, but I can't clearly visualize what that specific one is. That's interesting too. Yeah, protect your head at this time. But there's like some, like, you know, you see in a movie, or okay, I'll give you another example. I'll give you Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, okay? Just additionally, for some of you, animation can be really important, or cartoons or something like that, or yeah, something about that can be relevant. But you know, Wile E. Coyote will be like digging holes and dropping pianos, and Roadrunner is going so fast that Roadrunner just always just is like meep meep and just runs through and breezes through with no problem. 1101. That's your angels too. It's kind of like when people think like, oh, that person's so lucky. It's the energy of like, even if people are walking by you or sending you evil eye or sending you bad energy, you're so grounded in your own energy. You're so protected. This is very much light energy too. This is not just your energy. This is calling in the energy and the support of higher beings continually, and letting that sort of work for you, which is calling in like protection energy around you. Yeah, that when these things happen, it's like nothing. Like I'm seeing somebody sitting at like a bar or like a cafe, and somebody like watching them from over the like menu, like watching to see if they're like negative energy or their spell work, or even just like watching and with jealousy is working, and the person like drops their teacup and it breaks, or their plate, the like mug plate or their glass or whatever, and the person's like ha ha ha, like now they'll like cut their finger or be mad all day, and the person is in such a lucky energy that they're just like, oh, like how clumsy, and then the person next to them helps them clean it up and gives them a business card, and they have like a really amazing connection. Like this person is like someone connected to something that you always wanted to work with, or like some kind of executive or something. And I'm seeing this because I need you to practice being in this energy where even if things do seemingly go wrong, even back to back, you just adopt an energy of what they now call lucky girl syndrome, where you say like, everything's happening for my highest good. And it's not to say don't take action on the changes that you want to see. And it's not to say don't pay attention and do the work that you're supposed to do. But it is to say that by knowing how, protected and divinely guided you are, confirmation, even when things shift or are not as you perceive, you understand that you have so much protection around you, that things are happening for a reason that you cannot fully comprehend. 1313, yeah, you've got magic all around you, so tap in. Let's get into your cards here. Okay, we're not reading reversals right now. Thank you. I feel like they might all be also upside down because of the way that I picked up the deck. Okay, so your first three cards, let's see what they are. Okay, thank you, Spirit. You have the Page of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. I feel like you have a powerful angel or ancestor in particular that's showing up as this King of Swords energy that is protecting you from going backwards, that is aiding you in your transformation, that is aiding you bringing clarity and intellectual pursuits and developments, and who has been guiding you on certain journeys and experiences that you've gone through, and is here to help you take steps in a new beginning in terms of specifically career, spirituality, finance, and health. Something about moving your body and fitness is relevant here. Outstanding. This energy is leading to putting you in the position of the Nine of Pentacles, putting you in the position of wealth, stature, relaxation, of a cycle closing here with those 2 nines, of really having learned a certain lesson. Also 99 is relevant. Like the 99 restaurant song, like the 99 restaurant, you'll always come back for more. Okay, yeah, loose. There's this energy, like there's persons and situations from your past that think that you'll always come back, that think that they'll always be able to come back. You're always going to eat off of their table. You're always going to be connected to their energy because they always want to eat off of your energy. These people are energy vampires. But this elder or ancestor is helping and guiding you in maintaining those boundaries and bringing clarity. And it's important that you start to see yourself as well and show up as this energy of the 9 of coins. What would the best version of myself do in this situation? It's kind of like Grandpa B from Frozen 2. Whenever you don't know what to do, you just do the next best thing. The Strength card is here. You know, it's so unfortunate because when I sit like this, I feel like happy, healthy yoga girly. And then just sometimes like one of my legs goes numb and then I just feel like the saddest person in the universe. So this is just real life. And I need to stretch up my legs. Okay. Thank you, kneecaps. Don't worry. In time, I'll be able to sit like that for hours at a time. Anyways, with the Strength card here, there's something about Leos and Leo season that is very important to your message. This can be some interaction that you had during Leo season, something that happened during Leo season, a person who has strong Leo placements. That's what it is. It's a person who has strong Leo placements. This can be a person who is very abrupt or who would just like, I'm just giving like an energy that is not, doesn't have great boundaries, and that forced you to stand in your strength, perhaps by saying no to them or standing up to them. But that really showed you actually how much you can shine, and you really have guides here that are very connected to showing your strength. Additionally, you can have connection to lion-faced deities, lion deities which are connected strongly to lions. The 2 that are coming up right now, yeah, are Sekhmet and Aphrodite. Let me just catch my breath. Sekhmet is so strong. Thank you. And we have the 5 of Wands here. So I do feel like something about you being in this part of your journey, and we're gonna pull 3 more cards, is something about, there's some kind of fight here. This can be something that you have to fight for. This can be you needing to fight through, but I'm seeing you have to do that. Yeah, I can see too that your energy causes people to fight. Your energy is very polarizing. And I'm getting 3, I saw that 333. I'm seeing that for some of you, there are people fighting about you at this time. One more card, please. Okay, I can see what this is. That's 3, I need 1, please. That's 3, I need 1, please. 1 card, thank you. Saucy. So with this moon card, there's something that you don't see and that you don't fully know. So I'm hearing don't act on gossip. Oh, this is heartbreaking. I'm feeling that there's somebody or persons that want to kind of like set you up. For some of you, they want to set you up to make you look completely foolish and out of your mind, and for some of you, they want to set you up in even more kind of nefarious ways. For some of them, it's just more petty, like they want your position at work, or they want access to your money, or just like access, I'm hearing, is what they want. They want access to your energy. So I'm hearing like if you hear like gossip or something, Like, let this be a confirmation, sadly, that this person probably does not have your best interest at heart, and that you should not act on it. For example, you know, your dear friend comes over and sits down with you and says like, oh, like, did you know Alicia said that you stole from the bank? Did you know Alicia said that you, like, somebody just saying something completely outrageous to make you, like, confront another person or do something else to ruin a chance that you have at something. So I'm hearing, like, it's very important right now that you keep your energy and that you carry that calm energy with you. Don't let anyone push you off of your square is what I'm seeing. Because we have the 10 of Pentacles here. And I see that this person or persons want to push you into that position so that they can take something that's very important to you. They think that they can, like, intercept with your gifts, or that they can, like, somehow slide into your shoes, I'm hearing. Unfortunately, they don't understand that, like, gifts that are given to a person via bloodline and via, like, the divine and via access to the angelic realms is not something that can be, like, transferred like that. Like, it's not, like, I'm seeing, like, in the Hunger Games, in the end of the last one, where commander person dies and he's like, give the Katniss Everdeen as a new person to show all the maps of, like, the mines. And there were people in, like, the unit who did not really, like, rock with Katniss that way. Even, like, the would-be president didn't rock with Katniss that way. And so they were, like, so pissed, but that, like, soldier was, like, a real one, and he, like, really connected with her, and so he gave her that control, that power, that ability. I'm seeing there's somebody who thinks that they can, like, trick your guides and trick you mostly into, like, it's like a contract. It's like contractually signing over something that's rightfully yours. And I'm seeing this in terms of a contract, like, you know, business contract, but I'm seeing that this is like a soul contract. There's somebody who is like, if you do engage with people and, like, arguing or in this kind of thing, you're energetically agreeing, you're in an energetic contract with them, and it's just really not a good idea at this time. Remember that lucky card, okay? Remember that lucky energy, because we also have here the Devil. And I'm seeing that practices of codependence, of vengefulness, of not thinking for yourself, and also of not being in your ego are going to put you in a bad place. Now, let me talk about this, okay? The devil in the society has shown us the worst, the antithesis to good, blah, blah, blah. But also in this realm, the ego is shown that same way. The ego is shown as, like, no ego is the way to go. Be one with the world. Without ego, there's no sense of self. Without a sense of self, there's no protection in this world. You go along with anything. Okay, without ego, there is no you. Okay? Without ego, you might be the ocean. Okay? Which, the ocean is great to be the ocean, but you are not the ocean. You are a person. I'm seeing also that people can paint you as this energy because they want to, again, they just want access to your divine gifts, the gifts that you are bestowed with upon birth, where they could be tapping into their own. So it's very important that you stay focused at this time. Also, don't get into any kind of codependent situations right now. I feel like a lot of partnerships are going to be breaking up and becoming clear at this time, and it's breaking free. It's very releasing. But I feel like for some people too, there's going to be situations where it's just going to be different. It's just going to be different. So if you feel like somebody's, like, rushing you or urging, like, you have to do this now or you're going to miss it, don't do that. And that's a reminder for yourself, and that's a reminder for me. Because even sometimes I'm like, if I have to do, that's how you know. If you're like, this has to happen right now. It's like, a lot of the times it doesn't. Sometimes it really does. Sometimes it really, really does. But make sure you're slowing down at this time. Let's pull one more oracle card for you. Also, Capricorn placements can be relevant. toxic relationships and exes can be being revealed or coming up or can be relevant. And also practices of substance abuse and addiction can be relevant. So be mindful, okay? Yeah, exactly. Your final card here is Shadow, okay? So I'm seeing here that there's some kind of psychological work that needs to be done because, you know, in the Jungian understanding of, oh, I said one more card, but I'll give these to you, but then I'll put them back to shuffle because these had to come out. Jesus. To give you a reassuring message. I think I spooked some of you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. This is just the message. Don't be scared. So with Shadow, what is your subconscious self trying to tell you? And how has your subconscious self been in control in different aspects of your life? And how are you now going to take control? By integrating your experiences, by getting to know your shadow, by actually physically spending time in darkness, by doing your journaling, your reflecting, your therapy, your readings, your divination, your soul searching, your somatic therapy work. Okay, how are you going to just get to know your shadow in the healthy way? And the 3 cards that needed to be heard were trust, soulmate, and earth. That Anamchara, that soulmate, trust, and earth. And so I feel like this is an energy, don't be offended, but there is some kind of energy, yeah, confirmation, of a person connected to you as well. And here we have safe travel. This can also be a new guide trying to come through, or a new deity, but there's this energy during this earth sign season, during September, during Virgo season, to connect to the outdoors, to connect to everything. Yeah, there's definitely deities and spirits looking to connect with you. So keep that in mind. And there's this solar energy of a person who could be kind of like mirroring you. Kind of like a person who has also gone through similar things to what you've gone through. And you're being encouraged to really trust the process right now. Again, that's what it was about. Don't rush anything. Beliefs. Okay, thank you. Don't rush anything and let things unfold the way that they should. But I'm also hearing not to worry, because even if it's like if you make the mistake and you like go the wrong place or do the wrong thing, like Spirit's going to be with you and correct you on your path right now. That's why they're showing trust and earth. They're showing make sure that you're spending time outside, that you're being grounded. They're showing have courage, and they're talking about growth, because they're talking about additionally you coming into alignment with yourself. They're talking about you coming into a new growth spiral with your higher self as you do this integration work that is so crucial. Thank you to your soul journey. Yeah, friendship. Okay, time to make some new friends, my friend. Okay, Pal Wen, thank you so much. Sending you love and support. That was your reading. See you on the other side. Okay, we are gonna get into pile 2. I think I'm just gonna let that minute run out to see if I can remember these times for the timestamps. Yeah, so thank you. Make sure that you're following me on all the socials so you can stay in touch with what I'm doing. Okay, pile number 2. Welcome, 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 pile number 2. Oof, okay, pile number 2, I'll say right off the bat. You are either someone who is, this is spiritual girlies. Pile number 2, you're somebody who's already kind of well-versed in some kind of spiritual practice, and whether you admit it or not, or whether you know it or not, like you're definitely connected. I feel like, yeah, for a lot of you, you're healers, workers, brujas, spiritual peoples, curanderas, readers, etc. So let's get into your message for this season. The first card that you have is release. So I feel like you can be working on releasing things that specifically are blocking up your voice box, that are blocking up your throat chakra. That's so interesting. Why did I call it a voice box? You could have had some kind of actual physical damage to your throat area, some kind of traumatic. Yep, confirmation. Okay. Sending lots of healing to you. Let's take a moment and take a breath. Pile number 2. Okay, pile 2. I feel like for some of you, this is also very much an ancestral wound, the witch wound, the wound of having been silenced for a long time, the wound of having been silenced in this life, and for some of you, actually, again, traumatic injury in your throat. Now, your first card is release. At this time, pile 2, what you need to be working on and joyfully continuing to do is continuing to release the things, the ties, the experiences that were keeping your voice box under lock and key. It's very much giving Ariel, it's very much giving, what's her title? The Princess. So, Sussex. Meghan Markle interviewing Oprah Winfrey. When Oprah Winfrey interviewing her. And it's, you know, were you silenced? Were you silent or were you silenced? The whole thing. This beautiful deep blue color is a color that I would recommend you wear as much as possible during this season of the Priestess, season of the Witch, Virgo season, to help you in expressing your honesty, and expressing your true version of yourself, expressing your genuine nature, expressing your voice, and embodying the wonderful glow ups that are here for you during Virgo season. Now, for some of you, you very technically need to get cord cutting rituals done, or you need to be doing cord cutting rituals to not just to external things, but to bad habits, to toxic situationships, to past environments, to people. This season of Virgo season, the time of the healer, the time of the priestess, this is the time to do them. I see that you could even benefit from doing thank you, some of those like multiple times throughout this season. And I'm seeing that you could also benefit from taking blue baths with bluing, to help calm your spirit as you go through these big changes, to help heal your voice, and to help bring you clarity and cool-headedness. Clarity is the word for you. Pile number 2, thank you, spirits, that you need to be thinking of as you release. Some of you can also be doing pretty ceremonial magic, and just like your cord cutting can be just like actually cutting through like what's not for you. And I'm also seeing that energy of like in Sleeping Beauty, when that prince has to like cut through all the brambles to get to Briar Rose when she's sleeping in the castle after he like goes after Maleficent, Feast the Dragon. There's this energy of like, yeah, that's called scar tissue. That's called scar tissue. Thank you, guides. Yeah, cutting through scar tissue. For some of you, please make sure you're staying up to date with your health checkups and stuff. There can be just, yeah, please. Okay, your next card is Magic. I'm always reminded, I love this deck, by the way. We're using Marcella Kroll's 3rd edition Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. And whenever I see the card Magic in a reading, I'm always just reminded of like in, I don't know, season 5 or so of like True Blood, when Lafayette and Jesus go to Jesus's family land, and he sees his Bruja granddad, and he's like, after all this stuff unfolds, he like looks at Lafayette and he's like, tienes la magia. Like he's disgusted, he's a bad guy, but he's 100% a sorcerer, and he's 100% right. And it's just like so jarring. There's this energy here where it's like, tienes la magia. Like, what are you doing? Like, you have the magic, okay? You have the magic. You embody the magic. You wield the magic. You are the magic. And so that is like some guides from some magical bloodlines that are like, babe, like, to sit and okay, I'm sorry, let me try and say that. How can I say this nicely? Sometimes the guys have no chill. Okay, you know the meme where the person's like, oh, I can't swim, and you see their face in the water up to here, but then it shows underwater and their whole body is right there and they're just bent over. Okay, Luce, look at them, but not my guys making all these banging noises. I don't know if y'all could hear that. Like, all you have to do is stand up. Like, all you have to do is get up. And so it's annoying. It's annoying because to some people would be so envious of the type of gifts and power that you have. And I think it's important because we all have different strengths, specifically that were passed down in from our bloodline. Some of us are wicked and more strong in herbalism. Some of us are unbelievable communicators, spellcasters. Some of us are amazing healers, Reiki workers. Some of us are unbelievable mediums, you know, and on and on and on. Some of us can build things that are unstoppably beautiful, carving. Some people can sing, you know, some people like, and on and on and on. And it's like, there's certain things that you are naturally good at, and that because of that witch wound, as we call it, or because of that silencing for generations, because of that ancestral trauma, because of that damage to the voice box, there's a tendency here to take those things for granted. And I'll tell you, my guides really don't like this, and I even have to temper that I speak around people sometimes. It's like when someone really beautiful walks up to you or walks around and they're like, hi, they're like, I just got this new dress, like, but it'd probably look better on someone else. Like, my guides want to like yell at people when they're not confident in themselves, like, but you bought it because you wanted it, right? So you better put that ish on. You better wear it with pride. It's like that with your gifts. Okay. This is so cool. For some people, that's going to be a personal reading. I think I'll do paid readings later. But there's very specific energies also around Chinese and indigenous guides and ancestry and working with all of the elements. And so many cultures work with all the elements. This is not, but this is for specific people in a very specific way. And that's all I can say publicly. Thank you to my guides. Thank you, Spirit. But it's like, you know what it's like a little bit too? It's kind of like, well, I don't know if that's the best example. They're just telling me to say it. It's like Jean Grey when she's like, you know, like she can make things move, she can shut shit down, but she's always like, I'm Jean Grey, I'm just a shy girl who likes two guys, like, and when she actually taps into the Dark Phoenix, she almost destroys the entire planet and everybody she's ever known or loved. Just like in a couple months' time, just by like standing up and being in her power, because she didn't understand how to wield it. They're saying that like you have these unbelievable, incredible gifts, and like they're getting tired of you not wielding them properly, basically. So they're saying that this September will be a very good time to do things differently. Have fun, congratulations, come back and let me know. And I just want to say, for some of you who are hearing me and you're like, I don't know any of that stuff you mentioned, you know, to be alive is the gift, and to have our abilities is the gift. And so some of you, that doesn't look like magic. I should probably rephrase. Some of you do things that, like, some of you, you know, you cook, but when you cook, it's like you have the ability to like bring people together. You have the ability to share beautiful tastes, flavors, and smells that are very healing to people, that allow people to sit down and open up and share what they're going through. For some of you, it doesn't have to necessarily look like magic, but there are skills that you have, that you know you have, that you're not utilizing properly, that are meant to really impact your community, your family, your surroundings for the better. So please stop hiding them. Your next card is Transmute with the energy of the serpent, because like I said, pile 2, you're the witches of the group. You're the healers, you're the magicians, you're the seers, you're the diviners. Like, this you. Transmute is saying it's time to take all the energy that's been gifted to you, the pain, the trauma, ancestral trauma, the experiences, and use it to your benefit, to turn your what's the old story? The shaman gets bit by the snake 109 times, but the poison does not kill them. It's time to turn that poison into medicine. It's time to take those experiences and turn it on its head. Pile number 2, I cannot say more about that. You need to do that, however, you need to do that. Let's get into your tarot cards. Pile number 2, yo, hit me up. Leave a, I forgot to say this earlier. Leave a purple heart or the white and purple heart box in the comments, in the chat, if you are pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2. I mean, this is funny. I couldn't make this up if I tried. Okay, the first card we have, number 2, is the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands talks about changes happening quickly. It talks about movement. It talks about income and communication. It talks about travel. It very much talks about communication, though. I feel like pile 2, you can expect to hear from people who, what's this? I heard your heart is a gift, use it wisely. For some of you, there's going to be people approaching you who are from your past, who have already, you played yourself, have already, maybe someone's name is Khaled, maybe someone's a DJ, maybe DJ Khaled is going to play when you're in their vicinity, I don't know. There's something where there's going to be people from your past. It's okay, you're going to have a lot of incoming communication, pile 2, but there can be people from your past who want to communicate with you. So this reading means a couple things. And the first is that these people have been wishing you the worst. The worst. It's giving, some people did magic on you, went to see people to do magic on you, went to put things in your path to limit your ability, to put like constraints on your finances. I'm seeing like, when they boot a car, that yellow thing, I'm seeing somebody doing that to your finances, somebody wanting to see you in that position of the 5 of Pentacles so that you would be dependent and reliant on them. And that's really sad, because number 1, they didn't know who the fuck you were, and number 2, confirmation. And number 2, whenever a person feels like they need to do that, they've already lost, because it didn't break you, it just made you more powerful. But I feel like these people can be coming in to communicate with you, and specifically around September 9th. There's something around September 9th and that kind of portal where there's going to be some type of eruption and communication. Why am I saying eruption? Mount Vesuvius, volcanic. There's going to be things happening on September 9th. And this person, it's giving that future meme. Like, I can't even think of any of those, like, cheesy one-liners, but, like, it made me think of you. Okay. Congratulations. You don't really need to feed into that. I'm seeing some of you might choose to like engage with some of these communications, or read messages, or listen to voicemails, or see what they had to say, but for the most part, It's just, you know, recycle that energy, okay? Your next 3 cards, and then I'm going to do what I did for the other. Actually, I'll pull them now because that's so interesting too. You already had 1 extra card, and for the first pile I had to pull 3 more. So for you I only need 2 more. Spirit, yeah. Exactly, thank you. Whew. Okay, so we have the 2 of Cups. I feel like for some of you, you are getting a new before I can even say it, confirmations. A new opportunity in love. I wanted to hear a new experience in love and a new opportunity in love. For some reason, both of those words are relevant, and I think it's because for some of you, there are people, additionally, other people from your past who want to come in and bring the heat, bring something about like the heat or fire, like firefighter can be relevant. There's something about other people who want to bring in, they're coming in hot. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my God. A lot of my guides, like, yeah, I need to learn to speak some other languages better. And let me focus. Okay, there's people who are coming in, and there's a lot of joy. I see a lot of celebration, a lot of powerful, beautiful connections. I see the Fool, so some people want a new beginning with you. For some of you, with this transmutation and releasing, you're on the journey of a new beginning already, and as you're bringing clarity to yourself, clarifying yourself, gaining new vantage points and new views, perhaps you do see somebody or some experience in a different light. I'm seeing this can be a situation where you feel like you're juggling. You can be thinking of 2 different people or 2 different experiences. You have, I got options. Yeah, you got options. And so there's something here where you're going to be just thinking of and finding which is the best for you. Pile number 2, this is so juicy. You are just a badass bitch. Pile 2, like, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. I respect you. Congratulations. You know, like, you really did it. You're really doing it. You're really that bitch. Pile number 2, your first card is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the ultimate bad bitch. The Queen of Wands is the ultimate wishy wish. The Queen of Wands is connected to spirit, connected to rejuvenation, connected to, oh, didn't I just say coming in hot too? Okay, so fire signs are definitely relevant to this. The person who's connected with you can have strong fire sign placements, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But the Queen of Wands is fire sign energy, energy of rejuvenation, energy of rebirth, energy of magic, energy of power, courage, and contentment. So I'm hearing when one door closes, another door opens. These last 3 cards are, so we have the Queen of Wands, and then we have the Lovers. I feel like it's just the human body, it's just art. But with the Lovers card here, we have Gemini energy pulling up to the function, pulling up to the party. But we have the energy of, with that 2 of Cups and the Lovers, this is a confirmation that there's a big change afoot and present in your love sector of your life. There are big changes happening. There are big opportunities coming. There's big gestures coming, symbolic and physical, romantic. I feel like with the 2, to see this progression, also from the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles into the Lovers, I feel like there's something here where you are going to make the right choice. And you're going to be into this situation of, I'm hearing free, just like you're free from so much of that stuff that was tying you down. And now you're in situations where, what did Peachka say? Let's bring a little love to the room, okay? Where there's so much love in the spaces that you're in. And congratulations. Because also your final card here is the Six of Wands. And oh, this, I feel so, oh my, like, pile two, I feel so like coquettish. I feel so bubbly. I feel so demure, okay? But not mindful. Very flirtatious. I feel like something pink, something about the color pink is relevant here. Okay. Pile number two. You are coming out victorious. You're coming out winning your hard-fought battles. You're coming out successful, but there's something where I'm telling you, be ready to be publicly lauded for your experiences. Whoa. Now all of a sudden I can't talk. Okay. Prepare to be seen and supported because you're coming out winning. You're coming out from those battles winning. We're gonna pull at least one more card from this deck. You have a lot of fire energy here, and fire energy is not just the fire signs that I mentioned, but also energy of spirit, okay? So make sure you're doing your meditation. Make sure you're doing your, pulling your cards, getting your cards read, doing your things, because this heavy energy of fire is also energy that, when given the space to properly do what it does, brings warmth, heat, and transforms. But when not given the space, it finds its own way and goes wild and causes destruction in its path of rebirth. So make sure that you're giving yourself the space that you need to connect to your guides, to hear your guides, okay? Seriously. Maybe you're somebody that wants to be just like calling in the corners every day for protection or for redirection, talking to the elements, this kind of thing. It's going to be helpful for you. We have friendship. We have friendship, and for some of you, this is a reconciliation, a reunification, a reconnection with past connections, but this always makes me think of the peace treaty, you know, the Stone Canoe Man, the Algonquin, the Haudenosaunee, the Mohawk, the Six Nations story of the peacemaker. So I feel like for some of you, upstate New York can be relevant. Mohawk people can be relevant. Could be somebody wearing a mohawk or somebody who has a mohawk. Mohawks could be relevant. Maybe somebody's into punk music, punk lifestyle, ska music, alternate style. Again, Mohawk Nation, upstate New York, parts of Massachusetts, parts of New England, New York City, so even some up into Canada. These places could be relevant to you. You can be going to any of these places or coming from any of these places. You can be planning a trip, planning a travel experience, or you could be invited or called to travel either for work or for, you know, passion or for love. This travel is for the most part supported and encouraged. And just what I was saying here about connecting with your team, yeah, they really have a lot of messages for you pretty regularly, and they need you to be communicating with them regularly, because also it's things that you should do and things that you should not do, places that you should and you should not go, and things that you should and you should not say to other people, stuff like that, that they're like desperately trying to show you. and I feel like you're not getting all those messages. So I'm gonna come for quiet every day, meditate, okay? Thank you, pile number 2. Much love. Again, leave a, what do we say? Purple heart in the chat. And we're gonna get to pile number 3 at 55. Hello, pile number 3. Let's find out what your guides have to say to you right now. And happy birthday, Virgo, and welcome to Virgo season. Okay, pile number 3. And if you're watching this, you can go ahead and leave a brown heart in the comments if you chose pile number 3 in the chat. Okay, your first card is focus. Now, this card is talking about you could have like a laser focus on something. You could be hyper focused on something. You could be somebody who's neurodivergent, has ADHD. You could be trying to complete some kind of project. That, for pile number 3, I'm seeing for some of you, you're trying to complete some kind of project. There's something that you're really focused on. Spirit is saying that you're focused so much on this, but you need to go a little bit like this. You need to be able to zoom out a little bit so you can see some of the bigger picture. That's really important. Now, whenever I see this card here, it also always reminds me of 2 things. It always reminds me of Sagittarius, and it reminds me of the Roman goddess Diana, or the Greek goddess twin to Apollo, she of the celestial skies, Artemis. Now, Artemis, aka Diana, aka the Huntress, aka she of the woods, aka Mother Magic, Protectress, is somebody who, she's really lovely to work with. She's very loving. She's very gentle. She's very kind. She's very supportive, especially of mothers, children, families, especially of women, especially of survivors, especially of musicians, especially of astrologers. But she's not someone to play with. She's very intimidating in her own way. She's very powerful. She's very strong. Now, whenever I see this card in a message, to me, it means so many things. Number 1, something about the woods is coming up for you. And maybe you're going camping. Maybe you need to spend more time outside in the woods. Maybe you need to reconnect to this. This energy is not connecting to the energy of nature. It's connecting to the energy of the wild, of the yin and the yang, of predator and prey, of Diana, who's always shown with the deer next to her, right? Even though she's the huntress, she's also the protectress. Is this energy of okay, yes, and when you, thank you, Luz, when you hunt, when you use bow and arrow, you have to zero in on your target. Like, you have to see where you're going to be pulling, where your target is, but you also have to be aware completely of your surroundings, of the forest, of the trees, not to move too much, not to step on leaves, of your breath control, of what you're carrying with you, of everything that you bring with you into the forest, what you bring out, and so on and so forth, of how you're dressed, of how you smell. So there's something here where you're being asked to reflect on that. I'm not going to speak on that further because the message came out as it needed to. You also have time here, but I'm seeing like this is showing me the movie Doctor Strange. I feel like for some of you, the theme of time travel is coming up a lot. And yeah, I'm losing my voice when I say that. So for some of you, that's in terms of like the science fiction. Science fiction could be important and relevant in terms of the concept of that, in terms of quantum physics and quantum mechanics. And for others of you, this is in terms of like, you're either going a lot back in your memories or you're thinking too far ahead. You're not in exactly where you should be. You're either like over here too far or over here too far, and you need to be right here. You need to be in the center. Now, time is also showing a couple things here. Number 1 is showing divine timing, which is this idea that things happen as they're meant to, even if we don't always understand why they're happening. And in fact, I'm going to read you what the book says about that card. What did I say? Divine timing is everything. You are not stuck or heading in the wrong direction. Drawing the hourglass asks you to have patience with whatever your current situation is. All will come to pass when the moment is just right. This card can also indicate that something you're waiting for is just on the horizon. There's a big plane flying overhead. The hourglass gained popularity in the early Middle Ages to tell the passing of time. Its popularity rose with marine sand glasses on ships at sea. Most notoriously, they were used by pirates on their flags to strike fear into the hearts of their victims. That is so outstanding. I never knew that. Thank you, Marcella Kroll, for teaching me something new. In case I didn't say it for this group, we're using the 3rd edition Sacred Symbol Oracle deck by Marcella Kroll, which you can find on her website, marcellakroll.com, and on Amazon. I had no idea that pirates use this. So also something about marine... Oh, that's great. Oops, something about marine biology could be relevant. Ships could be relevant. Cruises could be relevant. Piracy could be relevant. Travel overseas is definitely relevant because the plane and the seas. And guess what your 3rd card is? It's water. And now I'm hearing Water by Tyla. Okay, so for some of you, maybe you have a lot of water spirits in your court. Maybe you need to travel somewhere by the water. That's definitely it for some of you. For some of you, you need to spend more time by the water and doing more cleansings with water. But for some of you, you need to travel somewhere that has a lot of water, like maybe an island or something. Maybe somewhere by a river, by a stream, near the ocean. But doing so is going to bring you the peace, the clarity, the support, the guidance that you're looking for, pile number 3, and that can really help you at this time. Let's get into some of these cards, my piratey friends. Also, and I just feel the need to say this, there could be something happening with like Johnny Depp in the media this week, or something that's connected to you in the water, because this whole thing about Amber Heard being in Aquaman 1 and Johnny Depp being Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm not being funny. Like, something could be relevant with Pirates of the Caribbean and water. Okay, we are not doing reversals at this time. Okay, pile 3, this energy is very, very lovely. So first card we have, pile number 3, is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is not afraid of what other people think of her. She fully embodies the gifts of her power. She fully embodies her intellect, her speaking clearly, and she's really mom energy. It's kind of like if you watch Bluey. If you don't, you should, but there's this Bluey episode called like Pool, and the kids are like gonna go to the pool with their dad, and they're like, we don't like going with mom, she's boring. And they get to the pool and the dad's like, okay, did you bring your floaties? Did you bring your sunscreen? Did you bring your snacks? And the kids are like, no. And he's like, then we can't do any of the things that you wanted to do. And mom shows up with all that stuff. And she's like, sometimes boring things are helpful, right? And it's this energy of like knowing what people need when they need it. Not in just like maternal terms of like being of service, but in terms of being like lightning. Like knowing what's needed before and as it happened. I'm seeing, yeah, for some of you, this is not about like mothering energy at all, but this is very like fast paced, like boss bitch, CEO energy. Some of you are doing like a lot of managerial stuff in business, or you could be starting your own business, but there's something, you could be teachers. Well, I heard prophet. No, I just said CEO, so that can be prophets, but I was really hearing that some of you have a gift of how you speak. And you have like a gift of prophecy, I'm hearing, and I don't really say that lightly. So please hear me when I say that your next card is the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, this is a really unstoppable energy. The Queen of Pentacles is amazing because, you know, she's got the wealth, she's got the beauty, she's got the position, she's got the power, but she's so grounded that stuff is going to stay with her forever. Her dreams keep coming to fruition. Her garden keeps blossoming. The opportunities keep showing up. The money doesn't run out. You know what I mean? This is an energy of being so connected to not only your gifts and your intuition, but the natural world around you and the environment around you. Oh, which is a big theme for you. And both the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords have a river running through them, a stream running through their cards. Get by water when you can, if possible. Thank you. Next, you have the Four of Wands. And so the Four of Wands talks about the kind of stability that is, like, you know, I was talking about with that Queen of Pentacles, having, you know, your ducks in a row, having the garden keep blossoming, having the money keep regenerating, having the healthy body keep healthy bodying. The Four of Wands is very much that, and it's very much rooted. It's very much strong roots producing strong leaves. Thank you, Luz. It's very much the energy of connections being taken to another level, of romance that is, you know, withstands the test of time, of contracts in business that, you know, lead to major long-term success, but that are environmentally conscious and that are good for people. Something about when I say, you know, what's good before it happens, maybe that's some kind of, like, you know how they have predictive text? There's something about, anyway, maybe you maybe you read cards like me or something like that. Okay, yeah. Oh, pile 3, you are just like solid. Like, you are like gold, so theory out. Like, you are like, your word is as good as gold. You have like gold is something, gold is coming up, but it's like you have a golden spirit. It's like a golden aura. Thank you, Spirit. Part of that can be the guides that walk with you, pile 3, because we have the Temperance card. And with the Temperance card, it's important to remember that you can always call on your spiritual support team for help. You can always ask your ancestors for help. You can always do that, because you always have people which are there to support you. Yeah, like, I'm getting so hot now. Okay. You always have a team that's there to support you and collaborate with you. But this is also a card of, you know, being intentional with your substances. I feel like Virgo season specifically, which talks about health and wellness and the tummy, kidneys. Virgo doesn't roll the kidneys. Virgo rolls the stomach, but they're very near each other. They work together. I feel like the liver. I feel like for some of you, there's a need to like cut back on drinking, or something about the amount that people are drinking, or something about drinking has impacted your life heavily. And I feel like if you're doing that right now, trying to cut back or something, it's important to like ask for support, ask for help. Don't try and do it on your own. And congratulations, that's a great, you know, big step to take. But this Temperance card really does talk about just being mindful of the intake of your fluids. This can also mean that you need to be drinking a lot more water, because I feel like you're burning through a lot of energy, pile 3. So make sure that you're drinking water, but maybe you need to be drinking something aside from water too. That's like with a little boost, like something helpful for those aforementioned liver and kidneys. So I don't know if you want to drink magnesium water, or if you want to work with different tinctures. I personally have been drinking the Gatorade Light a lot, because I'm someone that can get dehydrated pretty quickly, and that's been really, really helping me. So I recommend that. It works for me. But make sure you're calling on and giving thanks, okay? To your angelic team. We have the 3 of Pentacles, which talks about building and collaborating. I'm seeing that for some of you, you can actually be building something new, like laying, like I'm hearing stonemason, like you can be actually building new structures, erecting new structures. Congratulations. If so, that's huge, and I'm so happy for you. And for some of you, this is more so symbolic of you putting down those foundations, but I feel like a lot of you are actually building structures too, or investing in buildings and stuff, which is really great. With the Three of Pentacles, this is really talking about you working with other people. And so this is like crazy specific, but for some, and mind you, this is a message for somebody, because this is not me, this is the guides. For someone, I'm literally seeing like some kind of retreat in Costa Rica, some kind of like people standing in a circle doing some kind of thing. It's literally people working together, but for some people you're actually building a space together, but yeah, working together. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This experience or opportunity is going to be bringing you so many more opportunities, specifically in terms of your finances, your wealth, and your health. For some people, I'm seeing going to like Turkey and getting like cosmetic surgery. For some people, I'm seeing like body modifications. I'm seeing a lot of that happening during Virgo season. But maybe there's some kind of like fear, anxiety, like it's your body, whatever you want to do to it, you know what I mean, it's yours. But the Ace of Pentacles does not just talk about physical, I mean, see, it doesn't just talk about financial upgrades, it talks about physical upgrades as well. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody being like, new phone, new body, who this? Like I'm seeing that some people are not gonna even, like they wouldn't recognize you. I'm seeing for somebody, if you're doing, what do they call that? The BBL. I'm seeing somebody doing something with like, you know how like Dr. Miami does those, but then also like, you know, like make TikToks about that. I'm seeing if you're doing something like that, the only thing is make sure that you're taking the time to speak about like your needs as well. Like you're not so like excited or shy that you like forget to ask like, oh, is my recovery time 6 weeks? And then I need help for 6 weeks. Like make sure that you do your recovery and whatever that stands for. Yeah, if you run a marathon, make sure you're doing recovery. That's a theme right now. Make sure to take extra good care of yourself, not only because it's Virgo season, but just because of which Virgo season it is. In 2024, in the year of the dragon, there's this yes, there's passion, but there's like a ferocity that I don't love, because I feel like this ferocity, especially with all that focus, maybe with the hyper focus, pile 3, yep, can lead to something that, just be mindful of yourself and of your recovery. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask for what you need. It's more than available to be given to you, especially in terms of healing your body and your recovery. Now, we also have the Six of Cups and the Chariot, which is interesting. So the Six of Cups is a card of, you know, joyfulness, innocence, forgiving, giving, sharing, childhood, connecting with your inner child, being a leader, a guardian, a caretaker to children, you know, in your village, around you, in your community. Giving their flowers where it's due. For some of you, this can be something coming up around your child or around your inner child. Maybe you're spending more time with children in your life. Yeah, that's healing some kind of a wound here. Maybe you're going on some kind of journey with a child or children in your life, because I do see also the Chariot. Something about working with, what do you call it, the instruments, because this is the card of Archangel Gabriel with the trumpets, the one who came to Mary. Something, yeah, trumpets, horns, flutes, maybe jazz. Maybe jazz is relevant to you, pile 3. And classical music and like wedding marches. Yeah, pile 3, you definitely have changes coming in love. But I also see, actually this is so cool. I see people coming to you, pile 3, with information downloads and stuff, but see, I can't even, but pile 3, I see you getting downloads that are very transformative to you. For some of you, I see you going on like serpent journeys. I see some of you like that's getting the energy like snaked out of you. Some of you are going to be doing the cleanses. Yes, some of you are like in the forest doing like ceremonies. Some of you with the help of, you know, the herbs that help sneak out what needs to be sneaked out. And for some of you, just with like singing with violence, some of you are going to big ceremonies or getting big initiations and stuff like that. And for some of you, you're just understanding things very differently. But I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of downloads that you're going to want to remember, and you're going to be maybe well in dreams loose. And for some of you, you're going on travel that's going to change your life and the world for the better. We're going to take 2 more cards. So that's what I did for the other decks. Beautiful. 1 more card, thank you. Okay, pile 3. You have guides, healer, and fire. So what this is telling me is that you have been being put through a purging ceremony. That's why I kept seeing the snake energy. You have been being put, this is directly from your guides now. You have been put through the fire and put through some kind of ceremony, life, and for some of you more specific initiations, because you're meant to arise out of this as the healer. You're meant to connect with people in a very gentle, very tender, very loving way. I see people really, your energy is very soft to them. It's very reassuring. It's almost like something about your energy helps people sleep. You put people's nervous system at calm, at ease. And you're meant to be in this position of healer. For some of you, I'm seeing, you know, you waving the incense. I'm seeing you doing the pretty typical healer things, but for some of you, I'm seeing doing things like hair work, but you like do Reiki, and you do Reiki on your clients, so you do their hair. For some of you, I'm seeing doing cleaning work, like you're sweeping and you're 1717, and you're doing like spiritual house cleanings. Whatever it is, whatever you do, you're a healer, and you need to remember that and incorporate that in your day-to-day and in your life, and that's going to make a big difference. And if you're wondering if that's you, this is your confirmation. Okay, we got through it. Those are some big energies in a good way. So pile 3, make sure to leave a purple heart if you're watching this, and I hope that your reading helped you and supported you. Much love from the guides. So 118, I'm going to go back to journal for a second. Say my chows. So hi, thank you so much to everyone for watching your messages. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave something in the chat if you haven't already. Let me know how these readings and messages landed for you and with you, how they impacted you. Thank you so much for doing the important work of taking care of your spiritual hygiene, taking care of your spiritual body as well as your physical one. So much love. Happy Virgo season again. Again, all my pay stuff is in the description. My personal readings links are in the description. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. See you next time.